Karan, we talked about your movies and your process. And so here's the other thing that really intrigues me and fascinates me about you is your incredible ability to sustain relationships. I mean, Ranbir is your leading man. You've just been on a dream team tour with Katrina. When Shah Rukh and Salman fell out, you were still friends with both of them. How do you actually just negotiate this minefield?
You do nothing. The problem is that people start trying to enter that zone. Why should when they
What do you mean you do nothing?
You do nothing. If two people don't get along, they've got to sort it out on their own.
But don't they bitch about the other person to you?
No, I mean, even if they do, then you don't want to encourage it. I mean, at the end of the day, I cannot be that person because every information and everything said gets carried on. So that's the one thing that my father taught me. Don't walk into a marriage, don't walk into a broken friendship. Do not, stay away. So when people fight or they break up, you have your individual one-on-ones with them, and if they choose to separate from you, and the people I don't appreciate are the ones who ask you to take a side, because that is something to me is
You don't do that?
I don't take sides. And if they ask me, then I'm done with them. The only reason that I've maintained equations even in turbulent zones is because I've never ever got into it. I've never gone to A and said, oh, patch up with B. Even that I don't do. Because I know that one day they'll hug at a party and patch up and you'll be the one shafted. So why the hell should I get into it? Even marriages, never talk to husbands and wives like about each other, because they're going to have sex that night and patch up the next morning because they enjoyed that orgasm, and then you're going to be like suffering and be the collateral damage. For what reason? You say nothing. Stay RA.
But Karan, you had said these relationships with famous and powerful people can never be between equals. So you never play the card of this A-list powerful filmmaker. You said you always are the kind of the humble, subservient friend. But then, is that in a sense dishonest?
Yes.
It is.
Yes. It is. How can you be honest? You're not a movie star. You're a filmmaker. Even if you're best friends with a movie star, they're the movie star. When you go walk into a crowd, 300 people jump on them, not you. How does that make you equal? You might feel great about yourself. You might think, I made this film for him, and all those thoughts you can live with and they can fester and die in you. But you have to know that a movie star is a movie star. It's not going to be an equal dynamic. It's very difficult to be best friends with a movie star beyond and above a point of time. It's not easy. No matter what the world has said about, my fallout, my friendship, my up and down zone with Shah Rukh. Shah Rukh is one of the closest members of my family. He will always be. It is not an equal dynamic. I look up to him not only as a movie star, but also as a member of my house and family. He's the one person, like my father left signed pieces of white paper with that when I'm dead and gone, and if there's any document required, make sure that these 5 or 10 pieces of paper, my signature lie with you. So they were in a safe with Shah Rukh. That's our bond. So even if there are ups and downs in that dynamic, it's always going to be kosher because of the love that our families have for each other. But is it an equal relationship? Certainly not. He is the big movie star in the dynamic. I am the director he first gave a big break to, and that will never change. The moment a director starts believing he or she is a movie star, it's going to be the end of their commercial space. They're not going to be able to survive the game. And we're playing a game, Anu. It's a job, it's a business. It's like pretty much what industrialists play on a given point of time. We're also playing a people's game all the time. I'm acting subservient sometimes, even if I want to slap the person in front of me, but I have to succumb to the situation, I will. If I need to go and beg somebody to do a film because it's great for the film, I'll do it. I'm very selfish.
You have no ego.
I have no ego. I have self-respect. I don't have ego. My ego can pop up when I want it to. When it helps me and serves my purpose, it'll pop up, like saying hello.
But you control it completely.
Oh, totally. I can totally have complete control over my ego. I mean, you walk around with confidence, you walk around with self-respect, you walk around with dignity. Ego? Overrated.
So Karan, I went back to look at the making of DDLJ, and in it you speak about how you were when all of you were making that film, and I felt like you were almost going to cry when you were giving that soundbite, because you talk about a loss of innocence and you talk about this. It just felt very heartfelt. It felt like you really longed for something that didn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
What was that?
It's innocence. There's a complete loss of it. I mean, we're different people than what we were in our heads. So innocent. A bunch of kids, whether it was me and Ali, Shah Rukh and Kajol, out there to make a film that we all believed in. Went on a trip to Switzerland and London and shot with no baggage in our heads, no weight on our hearts, no accountability from the media, no fans taking images, putting it out online. Just the times were different. It was just a lot of innocent. Even our heads and hearts weren't filled with the kind of luggage that we carry today. There's so much always there's so much fear, like if this happens and that will happen, the repercussions, the ramifications bother us. None of that even existed in my head. Like Adi wrote this innocent love story, and I remember being excited about the tiny things on that film. Like from the costume, like the shoes that Kajal would wear, to her losing her hairstylist and makeup, and me actually putting makeup on her face and backcombing her hair, whatever I knew. Who does that? We had no entourage, there was no publicist, there was no manager, there was just nothing. It was just pure filmmaking and actors left to their own devices.
Is some of this not in your control? Can you not operate outside of this?
You can be reclusive if you like, and you can be detached.
I mean, Adi is.
But his team is not. He per se is not, but everyone around them are doing it's the same thing. All our digital teams are active. How can you be distant from such an important reality of our times? I mean, everyone is online, right? Social media is a humongous part of our zone. We make products to sell them. So how can this be distant from that tool? You know that, and then I'm on social media purely for commercial reasons. I'm not there to talk to them about my feelings on a day-to-day basis. I sometimes write a blog for that because I feel like the need to. That's my separate form of expression. But I can't detach myself from social media. It's a commercial tool for me. It's my job. I have a company. I have to build my brand, my company's brand. It's all part of the process. Why be apologetic about it? We are here to make bigger names of ourselves. And in whatever platform that be, you use it. You leverage it. You want to make that noise, you do it.
My sense is that the pain in your films feels more real now. Earlier, it felt more cosmetic, and now it feels messy and authentic. I mean, what has changed? Is it just getting older?
Yeah, getting older, feeling those things, and not putting them down the way it is, and not trying to play act cinema or play act melodrama, play act emotion. I feel differently, I'm telling you. I feel totally differently. I can no longer write certain scenes. When I go back to Kuch Kuch Hota and Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham, I swear I can't identify the person who made them. I don't. When I watch it like what was I doing? How was I thinking? Why was I writing the scene like this? I don't identify with that syntax at all anymore. It's not that I'm capable of doing something completely off the beaten path. I'm not saying that. But my tonality is not what it was. It's just coming from a raw space in my heart. And it's raw because life is taking you to that point, right? Like, you lead a life, you go through the ups and downs in your emotional existence or in your personal life. And it has to find its way into your cinema if you're a writer. It will feel more raw because you're feeling a lot more open. Your wounds are more alive. And when your wounds are alive, invariably it finds its way into your writing space. I mean, I will write like that because I feel like that. I can no longer write a simple straight love story because I'm a bit cynical about like just happy love. Like I cannot show family perfect anymore because I'm cynical about that as well. I'm cynical because I've heard too much, I've seen too much. So Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham is not a film I can write. And I remember it's pretty much the journey from Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham to Kapoor and Sons explains my own evolution as a person. It's not about pitch perfect love, family, etc. It's about grey people. We live the grey, we walk the grey, we surround ourselves with grey. Black and white are purely like academic and book and hallmark zones to be in. People are finding themselves to be in a spiritual zone, like, Buddhist chanting seems to be the new order, the art of living, human gurus, religion perhaps. I believe in none of that. I believe there's a universe, and if you give to the universe, you get back. And if at all I need to talk to someone, I talk to my dead father. I mean, that's a conversation I like to have because it gives me some kind of inner peace.
In one of your columns, you said you're materially privileged but emotionally not.
I mean, I can go and buy myself something that is truly expensive. Peace of mind is not on a counter. A great relationship is not available on a rack. And a solid zone of heart is not something you can swipe your card with. You just can't. You can't buy. You just can't buy something. You just can't. So sometimes hopefully you buy a ticket to a film that'll make you feel like that.
Maybe that can fill the gap.
There's nothing. Filmmakers are the most blessed human beings on the face of this earth. What is better than a vicarious life? What is better than living through the characters you write and believe in? I mean, there's no better zone to be in. I think there's no God, but there's a filmmaker. He creates his world and her world. And, at the end of the day, they get the chance to do that. Who else in the world gets the chance to actually create a life, project it, execute it, and then watch it? I mean, it's less job to me. I feel so bad for people who don't make movies.
It is a good job. Why do you think current people are so interested in your sexuality? Why is that such a recurring theme?
Because I don't talk about it openly. I dodge around it. Because I don't feel it's anyone's problem. While I'm very candid and very honest about everything else, I feel this is something that I want to hold very sacred to me. I'm allowed that one. Everyone's allowed that one piece of information in their life. I mean, जिंदगी जैसे नहीं खुली किताब है, तो एक पन्ना मैं अपने लिए रखूँ.
And are you at peace, Karan? Are you happy with where you are?
I'm halfway there. I'm much better than I was a couple of years ago. I'm no longer wanting to be the accessible, amiable, affable human being that I've designed myself to be. I want to just be. I don't know how to explain that. I just want to be. I'm halfway more. I'm more peaceful than I've been in the recent past. I'm alive, and I feel like I need to make more movies. I feel I take too many gaps, and I don't want to do that. To me, that is the one big change that I want to bring in myself, is to actually use that platform more effectively, more often, and not lie back and fear failure anymore. Because that's the one reason why filmmakers who have reached a certain success in their life don't make movies very often. It's actually the fear of failure. It's the fear of disappointing people who put you up on a pedestal. I no longer want to be on that pedestal because I feel like it's too complicated to be there. I think I need to kind of just take myself off from there and just do films I believe in. They could be tiny, small, medium, large, no matter what. But it doesn't, as I said, I don't need to match the all-time blockbuster zone every time. I don't need to always make a successful. I would like to. It'd be wonderful if it had. But if you fail, it's fine. You'll come out of that. I don't fear failure as much as I used to.
But you said you don't want to be Mr. Amiable. As far as I can tell, you're very amiable.
Not really. The levels have dropped.
Really?
Yeah, it's with people I like. Now I'm not bothered. Like if I don't like you, I'm not going to rush. There was a me who used to rush to a party and hug anyone with abandon, like give them my band. Like now I'm like he's an asshole. I don't want to meet him. Like it's okay. I don't like him. I'll say I won't meet him. I won't gush. I won't pretend. There's something called like human feng shui. They say clutter is bad. That, and I feel that applies to people as well. Just remove. Just remove them from your life. You'll breathe better.
How did you remove?
You just detach. You don't care enough. You don't engage. There's a dialogue in Edil Mushkil where Anushka says to Ranbir, "Ye mera sukoon ghar." And I'm looking. My office is my sukoon ghar. It's where I feel all the peace in the world. Like I love my office. I can sit there all day, just to breathe the same air that young filmmakers with ideas and visions breathe. Makes me feel alive and I feel relevant. And I think it's very important for us filmmakers at a certain age to understand that you're growing old, and to be relevant you need to kind of imbibe, emulate and absorb. And that's what I do on a daily basis. I do just that.
So the next conversation, Karan, is going to be in your office.
The next conversation must be in my office, because my office is really, as I said, my sukoon ghar. It is my shrine. Like as I said, I don't go to temples, I don't worship anyone. I worship the legacy of my father, and I worship the achievement the universe has given me. I respect it, and with a lot of gratitude, I want to forge forward.
And we shall meet in your sukoon ghar.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.